This part of the test will measure your speaking ability. It will last around 20 to 30 minutes. You will answer 4 questions. The first question will be about a familiar topic. The other 3 will be about short conversations, lectures, and reading passages. You can read and hear the lectures and paragraphs only once. You will see the time available for preparing the responses as well as the time to give your response on the bottom side of the screen. You have to stay within those time limits. Speaking Task 1. You will be asked a question about a familiar topic. You will then have 15 seconds to prepare your response, and 45 seconds to speak. Do you agree or disagree with the following statement? Consumption of beef is a major contributor to global warming, so we should limit the amount we eat as much as possible. Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
Well, my answer about this statement is consumption of beef is a contributor to global warming. We can prevent it, we choose another meat, which we can eat so global warming didn't happen, or we can make another ways like make a beef more expensive so people can buy it, or maybe make a limit about the product so people can reach beef.
Speaking Task 2. You will read a short paragraph and then listen to a conversation between 2 people. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the conversation between 2 people.
Don't you think it's great what the university is planning to implement?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. They are right when they say that this will give us more opportunities.
I think so too. It will really be nice to follow the classes from the comfort of my room.
Or from a park. This really allows us to have a lot of options. You just need an internet connection. I have a portable modem. I can now take part in the class from anywhere I want.
It's also good that we can submit our homework and that we can get class participation points.
That it is. I think it will work just fine. Basically, there is no reason why anybody would be forced to go in person. I am really pleasantly surprised. I didn't know that the university will go this far. This truly is something great for students. I am glad they are finally doing something that has only positives for us.
Well, do you think it will all be positive?
I mean, the grades are definitely going to go down. This will make procrastination much easier. I know plenty of guys that will probably just turn on the laptop and go for a walk. They will not get very far in terms of their GPA.
That's true. I know plenty of people like that as well.
Yeah, But that is not the university's problem, in my opinion. They have given us the choice, and it is now up to us to make it work. We are all adults. We can't depend on the uni to act like a parent that forces us to do things.
What does the male student think about the online classes? Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
Male student think about the online class is good way because him has portable modem so he can study anywhere he want because if he have modem he can reach a good internet connection to reach lesson that he want and then he can submit homework via online. He very happy the university did something like this, which is really good for student. But he also think that the program can make another student have proficient more. If the students we will use it in bad way, they can go away that they will not listen the lesson.
Speaking task 3. You will read a short paragraph about an academic topic, then listen to a lecture about it. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the lecture.
Today we will be talking about corporate responsibility and how it can benefit a company. We can distinguish 4 types of them: philanthropy, environmental conservation, diversity, and labor practices and volunteerism. Today we will talk only about the first 2. Philanthropy allows a company to prosper beyond its current limitations. By improving the living standards of people, they are creating new customers for the future. Let's take Microsoft, for example. They are engaged in many philanthropic actions in the developing world. They are improving their education and they are giving them access to technology. Microsoft knows that this is creating future customers who will use their products. Environmental conservation is a big one. A lot of companies nowadays follow the eco-friendly policies. In many cases, this is just a marketing campaign, and it tends to be quite successful for the companies. Having a green label on your products gives you access to more customers and also allows you to put a higher price on your products. Even though corporate responsibility should be only beneficial for the people who need help, it is a way for companies to invest in their own future and prosperity.
What are the types of corporate responsibility that the professor talks about? Use points and examples from the lecture. Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
The types of corporate responsibility are philanthropy and environmental conservation. Philanthropy allows a company to prosper beyond its current by improving the living standard of people by creating new customers. Explain is Microsoft to help to improving education and giving access to technology. Environmental conversation is really important. It's really great and successful as a marketing tool, and it also make high price to their product and get more customer.
You will listen to a lecture about an academic topic. After, you will get a question about what you heard. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. Now listen to the lecture.
The purpose of sustainable design is to reduce the negative impact on our environment and at the same time improve the living conditions of people. The way in which this is done is by reducing waste, eliminating carbon emissions, and creating a healthy environment. One way in which this is achieved is by using the principles of the circular economy. Instead of just extracting resources, using them, and then discarding them, we can try to reuse those resources again. Basically, to recycle the waste that is created. By doing this, we not only eliminate that waste, but we reduce the extraction of new raw materials such as wood and minerals. An extension of the circular economy is the sharing economy. Think of car sharing apps. The current practice of private car ownership is anything but sustainable. But by having several people share one car, we are stepping out of a pattern that is wasteful. Another way in which we can be more sustainable is by adopting eco-friendly designs. We would find simple new ways to meet our needs. Let's say that we want to cool our apartment in the summer heat. Nowadays, what we would need to do is to turn on the air conditioner. This is such a waste of energy. But if we lived in an apartment building that is constructed in such a way that it is cooled naturally, then this would satisfy our needs and it would not be at the expense of the environment. Implementation of sustainable designs in all facets of our lives is the future.
What are the principles and characteristics of sustainable design? Include points and examples from the lecture. Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
The main principle of sustainable design is to reduce a negative impact but improve the quality of people to eliminate carbon emission and make something new healthy environment for people. They mention a way to reach this by circular economy. Another thing that they mention is sharing economy, and they give an example of car sharing, so we can sharing car together so it can reduce carbon emission for the car. And the last thing that they mention about eco-friendly design, where for example instead of cooling by using air conditioner,